Good morning. The sun's coming up. Yeah, it's 6:07 on a Sunday morning, July 13th. Just picked up our first movement of the day. This is a full 45-foot container coming from the big box here in Kailua, headed over to the Halava industrial area where they have an off-site warehouse. And so usually the way this works in these big boxes that the freight comes in every day. The people in the store go through the freight as they offload their containers, decide what can be put into the shelves in the store, what can be put into their small storeroom, and then whatever's left over goes to an off-site warehouse where it is stored until it's needed, and then they have much smaller trucks that truck it back to the store. And that's how they logistically deal with the problem of trying to keep stock here in Hawaii when you have a large population but you don't have a lot of real estate or warehousing. So it's our job to move that freight into the store, and then whatever's left over we take to the offsite warehouse, and from that point they can probably deal with it themselves using their smaller trucks. But we're making our way out. Got to make our way through the construction site here. Speed humps. Yep, first movement of the day. 7:12, we just finished up the second movement of the day. We dropped that first tonnage can from the big box in Kailua to the offsite warehouse in Halava, and then we picked up an empty 45-foot container and brought that into the shipping terminal, which just opened up at 7 o'clock, 7:13. And a little bit different this Sunday, there's no Sunday ship. And as a result, I only have to pick up 2 containers left over from the Thursday ship. So it's going to be a nice easy Sunday. So we'll pick up our first LTL, run back to our terminal, put it on the dock, pick up the Guam can, bring that into the shipping terminal. Pick up the second LTL, take that back to our terminal, get it on the dock, and then after that it's just a matter of getting rid of all the empties in the yard, which between me and the other driver that's working today shouldn't take too long. That's the plan. It's one of the good things about working on the weekend is that it's only a half a day of work. So I like it. lot less stressful. Anyway, go check in with the tower and find out where our LTLs are. 8:21, fourth movement of the day. Full 40-foot container going to Guam. We just got it in-gated. And they want us to park it in Bravo 15. Ahead here. It doesn't look like there's much available on Bravo 15. Let's see. I don't see anything. There's something though. Oh, here we go. Bravo 15, stall 13. To the 45. It always makes it a little more interesting. It's got some weight to it. Now, because we got all the LTLs picked up already, because my coworker picked up the second leftover LTL. All we got to do now is bobtail back to our terminal and start working on the empties. I think there's like 8 of them, so that should keep us busy for a couple hours at least. There we go. So we bobtailed back to our terminal and picked up this empty 45-foot container. That was on dock 7. This is actually the empty container that I picked up from the Halava offsite warehouse yesterday. Shipping terminal wasn't open yesterday, so I just brought it back to our yard. Now we're going to dump it in strip pile 6, stack number 2, which is right there next to that pile. So it'll be the first container to go in that pile if he chooses to do that. I think he's got another pile of 45s down at the other end, so he might want to go down there too. We'll see. We'll just get this stripped off, park the chassis, and then bobtail back to our terminal. Do it all over again. Fifth movement of the day. 40-foot container. This one was on dock 6. Brought it back to the shipping terminal, got it stripped off, and now we're going to park the chassis here on the waterfront. Thinking there's at least 2 more empties in the yard. Actually 4, but there's 2 of us working on it, so 2 apiece, maybe 3. Trying to make the most of the day before they close at 11:45. So yeah, 10:08. Bobtail back, picked up another empty 45-foot container. I think there might be 1 more after this in the yard. We'll see when we get back there. 10 o'clock means church is just about ready to let out, I bet. There it gets a little congested with all the churchgoers, and the church lets out. New Hope. Making our way back to the shipping terminal. Empty right on it. I think that's the last one though. So yeah, we'll get hooked up to this, take it back to the shipping terminal. That'll probably be it for the day. That's it, we can shut it down. It's 11:30. We're going to spend another half hour cleaning up the truck a little bit and then head home at 12. We had a good day. We came in at 5. We'll be out of here at 12. We did 8 container movements. We drove 85 miles. Pretty typical day, but we did it in half a day. A lot of empties. And we got the yard all cleaned up. It was pretty easy because we didn't have any LTLs to pick up for the most part. But that is it. Headed home. Gonna make a big brunch. I got some chili and eggs, rice. That's it's gonna be for lunch, brunch. And then we'll be back here all day Tuesday, I think. That might be my next day working. I had the day available, so until we get done with this physical therapy that my wife's going through for the next 2 months, we're going to be working around her schedule. But that is it for today. Thanks for watching. Aloha.